Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. I'm going to do a random reading. Oop, this is going to be collective. And well, let me make sure I don't start a fire here. I almost did. Merry Christmas. If you do Christmas, if you don't, happy Monday. And since all of my readings are timeless, happy whatever time that happens to be for you, whatever now moment you find yourself in. So if you're interested in personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my information is down below. It is teresazube.com. I don't necessarily have a message today. I just kind of want to tap in and see what's going on collectively. And every time I sit down to do this, I don't want to. I don't feel like it, but then I do. Like when I walk away, I'm like, no, I need to. So whenever I do that is usually when people are like, yo, right on. I really like that message. And then when I think I really have something to say, it's crickets. So we never figure it out, really, do we? So what is going on right now? Page of Cups. And this represents us. Fishes can be like abundance, love. The pages are childlike. So this is like, are we having tender feelings, loving feelings? Are we feeling like a child? The page can also be emotional, being upset, being like an emotional child, like whiny, or, I always look at the flip, the positive and negative aspects of the card. And that's our energy within. So we could also be feeling forgiving, tender. I don't know if I said that. And the cups represent like unconditional love. Sometimes pages represent getting messages or gifts. So maybe we have a message for someone, a message of love that we want to share. What is on that external? So what is in front of us? We have the Emperor. And this is external. So the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands came out behind the Emperor. So that's weird. We have like 3 people cards. Whenever I get a court card, the Emperor is a major arcana. I don't really call that a court card, but still it can represent a person. So the external cards to begin with, when I'm doing a reading one-on-one, I always tell people it's external of your internal. So it can be how you are presenting. The court card can represent how you are showing up, or it can literally represent other people that are outside of you. It's just external in general. So having said that, I'm going to describe the Emperor energy is the Emperor's in control. This is authority. Is it our own authority? Is it others' authority? It's also the card that represents like the father or the boss. The Knight of Wands. Wands are fire, and night energy is kind of like teenager energy. And fire is creativity, passion, excitement, action, movement. So with the Knight of Wands coming out, I mean, if this is all of ours, like the Page of Cups is the emotions running within that, wanting tenderness, wanting forgiveness, wanting romance, sweetness, giving and receiving, affection, and unconditional love. And then on the external, we may have this like active energy, like wanting to be in pursuit, wanting to go after the things that we want. But then the emperor is kind of covering it up, and the emperor is more stoic, more in control. So this could almost be one layered single person in the collective that I'm reading for. Or it could just be that we have these feelings of wanting to be childlike and trusting and tender. And on the external, we are meeting stoicism and active energy, people that want to take action and aren't necessarily feeling touchy-feely. And I'm going to pull more cards to kind of explore this, or it can be like an anger or an angst, or like a bunch of action behind a veneer of control and authority. Or the Knight of Wands can be us wanting to take action in pursuit of that unconditional love and those happy feelings, but there is an authority figure that is in the way. Have fun with this. You can get really creative with it. All right. So what does God see? What is the higher perspective on this whole situation? Three of Pentacles. This is like a coworker card, I call it. Coworker card. Threes are collaboration and community, kind of co-creating together. And the Pentacles are something earthy. So really like building something with a group of people. So these really could represent other people. Maybe there's something that maybe we're just in pursuit, finding people that we connect with and meeting some that we don't connect with along the way. Let me just do one more to clarify. But as God sees it looking down, we're creating our own reality and we're all co-creating it. So we are participating with others in the active creation of a collective reality. And are you coming at that from a place of love and forgiveness and compassion? Are you being whiny and petty? All right. So to clarify the Emperor and the Knight of Wands, we have the Five of Cups. So whether or not the Emperor, which is control, authority, whether that's self or authority over others, and the Knight of Wands, which is like action, movement, teenager energy, like jumping around, doing all the things, whatever makes us feel creative, it's fire, whatever lights us up, just doing it. We have to be conscientious about. The Five of Cups are when there have been some things that have spilled, but there in this deck, it's one. There's still a cup remains standing. I bet you this one can be salvaged too. That one's only leaning. It's a reminder that we have to come back to a place of gratitude, specifically because we have this Three of Pentacles card. So we are co-creating the future. If it's appropriate to mourn things, it's okay to be sad. But if we stay in this energy of moping or feeling sorry for ourselves, or just, perpetually sad about cups that spilled that we can't do anything about, and forget to at some point turn around and be grateful again or come back to gratitude again, then we will create more of that morose, whiny shit. And we don't want that. And that's the Page of Cups. I mean, the Page of Cups is hopeful. you can see kids in like some pretty terrible situations and they still have fun. Like they still play. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to like blow over really traumatic situations, but like kids in a war zone will still play games. You know what I mean? Like they will still, it's like that inner part of their nature has not been lost. That they need play, they crave play. And so the pit that I think that's the Page of Cups. And it's kind of funny too, because it's like, even if you have one cup, fishes represent money and abundance, and also just having an abundance of unconditional love. And here is this grown man crying or upset because cups spilled, but here's the Page of Cups with just one, and he's cool with it, you know. All right, I just looked at the bottom of the deck, which is the Chariot. Sometimes the bottom of the deck card is like the undercurrent or the theme. The Chariot is success, winning, speed. It's not allowing yourself to be distracted, or, you can't mope. This kid can't, he doesn't want to fall. So he's got to get into a rhythm. And in order to get into a rhythm, he cannot be distracted. We're gonna do all of these. The universe has my back, your back, our back. Okay. Mhm. I surrender to a power greater than me. Call to surrender. And go back to that childlike trust. Let's do another one. Joy. Yes. Joy is the ultimate creator. Because we really are talking about co-creating here. The Knight of Wands are the journey of manifestations. The wands are, the knights are where we take action and do things in order to create. We don't want to stay in this stagnant sitting energy or moping. Let's do this. Ah. You know what I also like? I'm going to show you in a second. That's crazy. Oh, God. I had hernia surgery. That hurt. We got sad embrace. And the meaning of this card is that it's okay to be sad, right? And I just want to compare these two. That's number 45, if 45 is meaningful to you at all. But the point of the sad embrace card is that there comes a time where it's okay to be sad. Give yourself a hug. Acknowledge feelings of sorrow. We don't want to pretend that they're not there. We don't want to be toxically positive. But there is a time eventually to emerge from the sad embrace. Otherwise, we will create more of that. And that's funny too, because that's what I always say with the Five of Cups card. It's okay to mourn. It's natural. It's better to mourn what is spilled, but we don't want to stay in that, like stagnant in that energy for too long. We can revisit it, Encouragement. So with the encouragement card, here's what I'm getting. There's a saying in AA. mm, You can't keep what you don't give away. So the idea behind that is you can't keep your sobriety if you don't give sobriety away, which is to help another alcoholic get sober. And one of the philosophies in AA is that by helping other people get sober, especially when we are struggling with our own sobriety, is a way to pull us out of our own struggles, and remind us again why we wanted to be sober. So you always helping another alcoholic helps you ultimately. What I'm getting with this encouragement card after sad embrace is to encourage other people if you are having trouble pulling yourself out of like a little spell of depression, and not at all to mock like actual depression, but just saying of whatever we can take control over, it's important to do that. Oh, whoa. Yes. Playfulness. And I'm going to end it here. I am a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. So, yeah, I mean, that basically like sums it up. We're looking at being playful, put a little sugar in the medicine. You can have your sad embrace, but then go out and encourage others. Or if somebody's trying to encourage you, don't be like sassy pants and push them away. Accept the encouragement, accept the nudge. Maybe even the universe is nudging you. Joy is the ultimate creator. So I surrender to a power greater than me. Surrender your troubles and your worries and deliberately return to joy, because that's what this Page of Cups wants to do. He's like, there's a fish jumping out of my cup. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. I hope you have a great day on Earth. Thank you for stopping by. Peace. Namaste. And Merry Christmas. Now, Merry Christmas.